I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've already done this intro like 7 times. I've just pretty much come to the conclusion that I suck at doing intros for the video. I just don't know how I'm gonna get better at it at this point in time unless I just somehow don't do an intro, just get straight to the video. But listen up, if you're new, you like what you see, sub up, turn on notifications where you get notified when we go live and put up more videos. But we're going to be talking about everything that should be coming to Dokkan after the 10-year anniversary. And we're going to have a blueprint from last year. So we're basically just going to see exactly when these banners should be dropping with the units and just follow that sort of blueprint. And then obviously the units and stuff like that will change. And we'll talk about a little bit of the sort of power scaling and stuff like that, where the units need to be at that point in time. But we'll probably only cover up until I'll say maybe the Tanabata, and that'll be that. So buckle up. I hope to God that I don't have this as a long video, to be quite honest. But let's go ahead and get into this because I already know that some people are going to be immediately saying, "Well, I'm going to be skipping everything regardless." So listen, listen. If you're new to Dokkan Battle, not just to the channel, but Dokkan Battle, the reason why you're going to be seeing everything in a second is that they pretty much have a strict sort of schedule and they like to follow it. There's only been rare times that they've switched things around and stuff like that, especially with dates too. They've done it with banners, but definitely with dates, they usually are pretty good at keeping the same dates when things sort of pretty much come out and stuff like that. So let's get into this and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So after the 9th year anniversary, you can see that Frieza was the first Dokkan Fest to come out afterwards. And you can even see when Frieza came out, and it was March the 5th. And currently, right now, it is March the 2nd. So, yeah, we still need to see who's going to be teased out for the next Dokkan Fest after the anniversary. And also, they need to wrap up the anniversary with uh, thank you, Dragon Stones and stuff like that for participating in the 10 years. So we need to get all that and pretty much get everything wrapped up and stuff like that at that point in time to where this new unit could drop out. Now, again, like I said, this is just placeholder Frieza at that moment in time. Now, I'm going to say this, though, that the next unit that comes out has to be incredibly good because we've already seen the probably biggest, I would say, power scaling in Dokkan ever, and I genuinely mean that in ever when every unit that we've had as for the 10th year anniversary is literally hitting over. Well, not every of them because the super easy A's and stuff like that weren't hitting those numbers, but most of them are basically being able to crit the 99 max damage and defend pretty well. So we've had a massive power creep, and we've seen that the events have been absolutely insane as well too. So I'm going to say this unit that we get the next unit, whether it's extremely hype, busted or not, for TURs is sort of like setting the standard for what they're going to go with, and then obviously these celebrations will have a bigger sort of jump in the units. They'll have a little bit more going on for them than the sort of base standard of like what to expect from these Dokkan Fest, and also spicy unfeatured units as well too. So like that's what we're getting at that point. Now, right after that, by the way, will be Vegeta. No, I'm gonna say this right now because I'm saying Vegeta, even though we're looking at Vegeta right here for the placeholder. But this is Saiyan Day, and basically with this on March the 18th, they like to release Vegeta units. And at this point in time, I think most people are sort of saying that it's probably going to be Daima, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta that we're probably going to get at that point. And I wouldn't be, I listen, I have no stakes in being like, yeah, that's going to happen or not. That could definitely happen. I could see that unit being in Dokkan Fest and also them glazing Vegetas and stuff like that for Saiyan Day. Yeah, I could totally see this guy getting a unit at that point in time, and also probably having like the Super Saiyan 3 STR Vegeta probably get a super easy A and him being really good. I could see that sort of following suit. If they don't follow that, that's cool, understandable. Like they can do whatever they want at that point in time. But like I said, you're seeing, you know, everything right here. You see that again, Frieza was a fifth. 18th Saiyan Day, like we ain't staying long. If you understand what I'm saying, like we literally moving pretty quick. And Donut Eating Topo was after that, and he was March the 31st. So you can see in March there's three Dokkan Fests. Three Dokkan Fests in March. And like I said, depending on how they sort of go, you could definitely see sort of what you're going to be skipping out on and stuff like it. Because, like I said, Saiyan Day, that sort of celebration is going to be pretty solid. And like I said, how they've handled the 10th year anniversary and the sort of pedestal that they put the anniversary, Tanabata, and worldwide celebration, which we all knew is the higher of all these celebrations. And then you have your Saiyan Day, Golden Week, and stuff like that. Well, it used to be Heroes as well too. That would be in that sort of like second realm of campaigns. So it'd be a celebration, and then everything else is just campaign. And you've seen how that sort of went there. So you have so many Dokkan Fest happening in March. So get ready for that. And then we have our first LR banner, our legendary banner. And this legendary banner is actually going to serve a purpose as well, too, because this is going to be exactly the new leader skill for LRs that aren't Carnival and Dokkan Fest, because we all know that the Carnival and Dokkan Fest are going to have the new leader skills and how high they are now, and this is going to tell us when we're actually going to get and what we should expect from all the other sort of just legendary units at that point, legendary LRs, the banners and stuff like that. So you can see that was April 16th when that was dropping, and then you get again uh Golden Week here, which was the Goku and also that Boo. And again, that's April 26th is when it happened. Like I said, obviously the Dual Fest, so that's when they both sort of dropped there. And then you get the other LR, which, like I said, depending on what they do in this one and themes and stuff like that, it could be really, really, really good. Or it could just be and Ultimate Gohan. I mean, at this point in time, I don't know how people would sort of view this Ultimate Gohan currently right now, but you can see this was May 14th was when this dropped. So yeah, and this awful ass banner. Goku Black. Yeah, I don't know if I want to see another Goku Black for a little bit, to be quite honest. But May 30th. May 30th was that, and then you can see down here you had like goodness gracious, actually going through this now and seeing all these units and when they came out. Oh my gosh. Like June 18th, and then boom, here is Tanabata with Ultra Instinct Goku. That was June the 28th. So let me just go ahead and say this. I would not be surprised if they do this again, especially seeing as we are all going to be we're all in a unison now. I would not be surprised if we get another random banner like this in between. Because you got to remember, this was a random banner. Nobody's seen this one. This one snuck up like a right hook from Mike Tyson. Like this snuck up on you, and everybody was like, "What in the world?" We were in shambles at this point in time when this guy came out. So, because again, it was so close to the Tanabata. Like this was literally their last year was bleed me dry until we get synced up and stuff like that. Which was, if you remember, for a global, it was a hellacious time that summer. Last summer was pretty intense with all the banners that came out at a certain point in time. It was literally like a small window for all these banners that dropped, which we shouldn't be at the mercy of Omatsu this year like that. This right here would be the next sort of power creep. So yeah, so we're probably gonna have like what 2.5 or so months of seeing how they're sort of going to play with all of the units with also updates spray animations, all that good stuff. But we're gonna have that, and then we're gonna get another sort of power creep that's gonna sneak up and see exactly what happens there with again the Tanabata banner. And like I said, since we're still covering the sort of the Tanabata banner here, we're gonna go back over here because there you have it right here. Like we had the Goku come out, and then it was Tanabata, and if I'm not mistaken, it's still that the 28th. So it was pretty wild, and the last one after that was a Rising Carnival, which again was Jiren, and again he was July 18th. So again, this is replacing the um the 10th year anniversary. Oh, well, not the 10th year anniversary, but the anniversary for the global side. Like we will basically be Tanabata like crazy. And like I said, this is gonna sneak up pretty quick. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like if you do plan on skipping, because I know this in the community is pretty prominent at the time, is skip, skip, skip. And you know what? Let me just change scenes. So with this, with that time, I always sort of value this time right after the 10th year anniversary as sort of a skip season for a lot of people in Dokkan, especially on the global side. It was like, hey, we've seen what happened on JP, and now that we've experienced it, it's like you should have a decent amount of Dragon Stones currently right now from the anniversary. And this is like a sort of seeing because, like I said, with that Frieza banner is what really sort of will predict what happens with a lot of people when it comes to summoning. Because if the TUR is absolutely incredible, then a lot of people are probably going to be more keen into being like, "Ooh, I'm going to have to summon on this one," especially if it's a really good hype unit, character wise, and also just the kit is marvelous. Like, and it's on a good category, or it could just be helping a bad category like crazy and bringing it into sort of like the new era. I'm just gonna say this right now. In terms of theme wise, I expect a ton of GT this year. I expect everywhere you look is there's some GT getting easy aid or super easy aid or new unit coming out or something like that. And the reason why I didn't go to the worldwide celebration is for the simple fact that I do expect, obviously, that's another meta change, like way meta change. And at that point in time, I'm sort of expecting like GT, at least half of it to be GT. That's what I'm expecting. So I think that's pretty much sort of clear for a lot of people at this point in time. But just for going back and seeing everything, and you get to see the exact dates when things come out. Like I said, depending on if they're going to go with the same format that they did last year, like I said, we have like 3 days until that's supposed to pop off. 3 days until we have a new TUR, which makes sort of sense because it is Sunday and they do like to drop information and stuff like that around Sunday night, Monday morning. And then you can have your, in-game announcement at that point in time, like tonight, and then we just go straight in, which is interesting because that might possibly happen tonight. We might actually get the teaser tonight, actually, which makes this video um, a must watch beforehand as well too. That way you can sort of get everything in. But I'm just saying that's how it's pretty much looking. I would expect a ton. If you're not a fan of GT at all with the units and stuff like that, I probably will say this is not going to be your year because obviously GT was not touched last year really. So this year we've already started out with 2 units and I expect a ton more because there is a lot of super easy A's and easy A's in that sort of GT category, whether it be the GT heroes or bosses. Like there is a ton to experiment with at that point in time. So that's where I'm going with on this one. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below if this was sort of helpful with you. If you're gonna participate in skip season this year, especially for the global side and also JP at this point in time. Now it's like, are you gonna participate in skip season or are you gonna test your water this year? You're gonna play a little bit differently than you did last year. Let me know in the comment section below because every year I sort of like to play it a little bit different. There's some years I spend a lot, then there's some years that I don't spend that much, and I'm like, I could do without that, or I could skip this one. We're close to this, we're close to that. But I would say, just from how the 10th year anniversary was pretty much handled, I expect all the celebrations to be pretty special this year. And with that being it's going to translate very well with the units because the units should be very special. So I'm going to say like this at this point, they're definitely going to make it very hard for you to probably skip banners this year. That's what I'm going to say. But other than that, let me know in the comment section below how you feel about this. Have an awesome day/night. Stay safe. And I'm out. Peace.